So alright guys, in this video we will be seeing about the Windows file transfers. So in the normal pen test you will get the normal shell, so then you need to transfer some enumeration scripts or post exploitation scripts or some like executables. So in that case you need to have transfer the files from your Kali Linux to your Windows machine. So in this video we will see different techniques. So I'm using this folder for testing purpose. So assume that I have got the shell from this path. So I am in this path and this path is writable for this user. So you can also go to the cd temp and you can write the files there. So it's your wish. So for the demonstration purpose I am showing this sample as a folder. So after getting the shell, so you need to know whether this Windows machine can connect to internet or not. So in a normal pen test, like a real world pen test, so this Windows machine may be connect to the outside internet, but in normal like CTF challenges or any other practicing pen test, then this box 99.9% will not connect to internet. So let's just ping to google.com. So this will not break the shell because ping in the Windows by default sends the 4 packet, okay, 4 ICMP packets. So this is the default option for the Windows ping. So if I hit enter, it says access denied, option C requires administrative privileges. So without this I can run and normally, and it will send by default 4 ICMP packets. And you can see reply from. So this box connects to internet. So if the Windows machine connect to internet, what you can do is first define the Python version. So if the Python is there, then what you can do is you can simply use the pip module and pip install wget. Okay, so I have already installed that one. And so to host the files on your Kali Linux, you can use the Python 3's http.server module and hit enter. So it will be hosted on all adapters at the 8000 port. So simply what you can do is Python wget. This is my Kali Linux IP address. There is a flag.txt and you can see there is a flag.txt. So let's delete that. So if you have connected to internet, what you can do is you can quickly install the wget module from the Python. So it does not require any administrative privileges. So within the wget you can get the flag. So alright, let's move on to offline version. So assume that this box is not connected to internet. So first thing I can do is PowerShell, define the PowerShell version. So PS version table. So you can see PowerShell version is 5. So what you can do is you can execute the normal PowerShell commands. So let's think PowerShell is not available for now. So what you can do is you can use the Visual Basic script. So this is the VB script. I searched for Stack Overflow and I have got this script. So don't worry, all of this notes will be, I will paste in paste bin and I will put the link in the description. So what you need to do is you need to change this one. So change according to your computer, and then so change according to your computer and the file name. So let's copy all this. So I have added this echo and downloader.vbs at the end, so you can directly execute these commands. So if after copying, so I am deleting this one. So after copying, simply paste all those commands and hit enter. So now you can view that downloader.vbs you can see the exact script. So there is no flag.txt, so you can use the C script downloader.vbs. So there is one request, this is from the previous python modules duplicate. Now using the C script I can run this VBS script and hit enter. Okay, now let's say dir, you can see flag.txt, and you can see there is a second request. So in case there is no PowerShell, you can use this VB script. Okay, if there is a PowerShell, you can see the PowerShell version is 5 in this Windows box. Okay, now if the PowerShell version is below 3, you need to execute like this. You need to create a new object for system.net.webclient, and this object have the method download file of. So make sure you put the single apostrophe. And comma destination. So this is in the current directory. So hit enter. Was unexpected at this time. So I think this command works for PowerShell version 3 or below. So you need to delete this system for PowerShell above version 3. What's gone wrong? So we should, I think this is the case instance 2. I don't know why this is not working. So once you give a try, guys, it's a normal thing. So if you download this file, you can directly use this IEX invoke expression. So if you download the PowerShell scripts, the PS1 or any other scripts, you can directly invoke in the memory. Okay, so you can use this one, IEX. Can pipe the output into IEX. So that is using the PowerShell. In the next two we are going to see is bits admin. So bits admin transfer, you need to say job, let's say downloading, and then we need to specify the source. And let's say the destination, this current directory. Parameter is incorrect. Sorry, I did not. Let me check the syntax. Okay, there is no quotes. I'm so sorry. So let me try now. Let's try for percentage temp and then flag.txt. So now the transfer is complete. So we need to specify the absolute part at the destination. So let me display and then pipe to find str, ignore case and flag. So you can see there is a flag.txt. okay, so this is using the bits admin. So make sure you have the absolute path here, otherwise this will break the command. And the next one is subtutor, and you need to say URL cache. So actually this is used for verifying certificates. What you can do is you can download the files too. So be careful with this one, sometimes Defender will trigger this command as a virus. So you can see Windows Defender has been triggered. So I recommend not to use the subtutor. So you can also say invoke web request. The IP, the URL, and you can also say out file, so destination path. I'm sorry, so you need to in order to use the PowerShell commandlets, you need to say PowerShell. So now it will run as a PowerShell script. So you can see the flag2.txt. So we have seen the subtutor and PowerShell commandlets, right? So wget.exe, sometimes the Windows can have wget.exe as a standalone binary. So in our case this is not available. So this is about using the tools. Now you can also set the netcat. So okay, first we are going on the listen mode on the port 1234, and whoever connects we are sending the flag.txt. So hit enter. So on this Windows box you can type nc and v flag.txt. So netcat is not recognized. You can download from internet and you can run the netcat. Suppose if there is a netcat, or you can also transfer the netcat binary using the above methods, and you can do this one. Another binary that is similar to netcat is ncat. So the syntax is similar, except if you want to use the secure tunnel. So flag.txt and hit enter. So there is no ncat, so you can install this one. So you can transfer using the ncat if you want like secure transfer. So you can also set up the, you can say pip3 install pyftpd lib. So you can also set up the FTP server on your Kali Linux, and using the FTP command in the Windows you can download the files. So you need to install this pyftpd lib, pip3 install pyftpd lib, and python 3 -m. So now pyftpd lib, and now hit enter. So you can see starting FTP server on port or the adapters and 2121. Okay, this is fine. So I will show you another method. You can use the username like Nikhil, like tech69, and the password tech69, and hit enter. So I can specify like this. If you want, no one should connect over PyFTPD lib. Also take 69 and hit enter. So you can see this server. That's I don't have FTP client on this Windows machine, so I do have FTP client. So what, sorry, I thought, okay, now what you can do is you can say echo open 192.168.0.103 and 2121 and push this to ftp get.txt. Type ftp. Okay, now echo the username, take 69, append to this one, and also the password, take 69. Okay, so let's see what are the commands. So I am opening the connection on the port 2121 and login using these credentials, and then you need to move on to this directory. So you can copy this, so echo, so lcd, so move local change directory and paste this and append to ftp get.txt. So we are moving into this folder, and then echo get flag.txt. So let me delete this flag.txt. So now we need to quit. So let's view the contents. So first we are opening connection, login using the credentials, and then moving to this our directory and getting the content and quitting. Okay, so ftp and -s for script and ftp get.txt. So you can see, okay, so the 2121 port, there is first we need to allow access. Okay, dir authentication failed. So let's user tech 69 login failed. I don't know why. So let's run this again. So let's try to get on the port 21. So let's run it with sudo, since it's our Kali Linux machine. So okay, sudo pip3 install pyftpd lib. So now let's run this. So okay, what you need to do is you need to run these commands again. So you can store these commands in a file and in like a notes. So I am just editing now. Let's remove this one. So let's run this again. Now I think it should work. Login failed. So let's not use username and password. I don't know, you can just figure out on the internet where you can figure out the syntax. So it's saying authentication failed. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed with the syntax. So you can see now flag.txt. Sorry, I messed with the syntax. So this is one way of setting the FTP server using the Python. So you can also use a Metasploit module. Search, type auxiliary, and then FTP. So you can see auxiliary server FTP. So use 43 and hit enter. Show options. So you need to set the FTP password if you want FTP user. So if no need, so then you can host your directory. So FTP root directory to serve the files from. So you need to change this path, and you can also change the port, and you can also set this SSL to true if you want like secure communication between your Kali and the Windows. Okay, so this is easiest way to set the FTP. You can also use this Metasploit modules. You can also set the TFTPD, so trivial file transfer, but I found in Metasploit it is very easy to set. Okay, search, type auxiliary TFTP. So if there is a TFTP client on the Windows machine, you can use this one. Use 11. Show options. So now you can see this is the directory you need to host, and this is the right path. So I did not show you how to upload the files. So you can also specify the W command, W switch, to make this directory, this desktop directory, writable. So that means what I can do is okay, so let me upload the contents of this FTP get.txt. So let's, after logging in, getting the flag.txt. After getting the flag.txt, what you can see is put ftp get.txt. so it can be any other file if you want to transfer from Windows to your Kali Linux machine. So now let's simply run this. So you can see there is a store command, so ls ltr, and you can see ftp get.txt. so you can also upload the files from Windows to Kali using this FTP server. So you can also set the TFTPD using the Metasploit. So the next commands, SMBSys. Oh, this is very easy one, very nice one. So you need to download this smb server.py. So it's already in the Kali Linux. So it's in the impacket, so you can download this. I downloaded this from GitHub, knowing that it's not in the Kali Linux. So you can do Python 3 smb server.py and then you need to give a name to say my share, and you need to specify the directory dot. Permission denied. Let's run with sudo. So now this desktop is being hosted. Now I can go and say so I can copy the IP address / and the share name. So this is the share name, my share, and in that my share folder we have the whole desktop being mounted. Now I can get the flag.txt to the current flag.txt. So you can see there is a warning or error, you cannot connect to file share because it's not secure. Okay, so you need to get the SMB2 or higher. So this is the SMB1, by default it's using, so you can use help. So here SMB2 support and specify this one. So now let's run the command. So you can see one file has been copied. So you can see the flag. So it's always better to run the SMB2 support. So you can see this is the net NTLM hash, you can try to crack it, and you can see the connection here. So this is the very easiest way to host the files. Even in the old Windows version, this SMB is a default install, so you can copy the binaries using this SMB. Okay, this is for bypassing any firewall rules or IDS. Suppose whenever we are using some wget, then user agent might be different. So we have this PS user agent, so we can modify this and to download the file from the Kali Linux, so that our request is like it is being sent from the Firefox or the Chrome or Opera or Safari. So this is the command. You need to specify the user agent as this one. So let's copy this PowerShell, and you can also use the shortcut IWR, which stands for invoke web request. Chrome and so now I think let's say out file current directory flag.txt. So you can see there is a get request. So now this request will be sent as if the Chrome browser has been sent a request like a normal user. So this might be used for masking our user agent. So I want to tell you another secure way. So you can encrypt the files using this PowerShell script. Invoke AES encryption. So you can see this script you can use to encrypt the files, and you can send that to our Kali Linux machine. Even somebody between your Kali Linux and the Windows machine, someone does sniffing, they cannot see the contents. So let's copy all this one. Let's paste this and save this as my invoke AES encryption .ps1. All files save. So okay. So it is not recognized as a name of the commandlet. So you need to PowerShell import module okay, now it has been imported. So I think this script cannot be used in the command prompt. I don't know why it's not recognized. We have been imported. So let's try in the PowerShell. So make sure you do not put this dot backslash. So if you put that, it will be run from the file. I'm sorry. You need not specify the file name. Okay, now PowerShell, get help. Okay, now it's being working. So let's see some examples. So example 1, so you need to use the mode, encrypt, and the key. So this is the key you need to give, and the text is this one. You can also decrypt, and you can also specify the file using the path option. So let's use this one to encrypt our flag.txt. Okay, mode encrypt path flag.txt. Sorry, we did not specify the key, so let's say key arrow. So let's say dir. So you can see this is the flag.txt.aes. Now you can use wget or any other previous methods, and you can transfer these files onto your Kali Linux machine. So you can also install the PowerShell on this. I thought, oh my god, okay, it takes so much time. So after installing of the PowerShell, you can run the PowerShell on the you can execute this pwsh to get the PowerShell prompt. So after transferring this flag.txt.aes, you can view the contents. So you can see this cannot be read by any man in the middle attacker. So you can use the same module mode decrypt key arrow path flag.text.aes. So let me remove this flag.txt file to see whether we get actual file or not. Let's hit enter. File decrypted to flag.txt. So you got it. So if you want to transfer in an encryption way to secure way, you can use this script, and you can also transfer this file in a NCAT with the SSL option on. So it will be very secure. So that's all about for this video, guys. Windows file transfer. So obviously there are a lot of ways to transfer, but these methods can be sufficient for transferring the files from Kali to Windows.